many of my clients and my fellow girlfriends and family, they're always asking me about nutrition, and I know that this is a really tough topic in today's age because, guys, listen, there is every single gimmick, product, fad diet that has ever been imagined. It's out there right now, right? Like, it doesn't matter like what you've done before or what's on your plate right now or who's trying to sell you what. There's something really important to know before you choose what you do with your body. And that's just to fully get educated, right? And that's been my number one priority over the course of my professional life, because you only study nutrition for like a freaking course in college as an exercise physiologist. I took one class on nutrition, and that's it. But you learn so much about the body. You learn so much about the metabolism and how our physiology works that it seems crazy that we don't spend more time understanding nutrition. But guys, in my life, I was just starting to mention before I got cut off by my live, before I was ever an exercise physiologist or into fitness or anything, I was growing up in a household of 6 kids with a single working mom, right? We didn't eat like the most ideal diet. I grew up on ramen noodles, spaghetti and meatballs, frozen French fries, frozen burritos. I'm trying to think of the things that we just heated up. Cereals. She never bought the like really good kind. It was always the generic brand. And she actually didn't always get the sugary ones, which we always wanted. We're like, can't you get the real cornflakes? What about the real Captain Crunch? It was always the generic form. So, Kix was about the best we got from my mom. And I never really learned about nutrition growing up. It wasn't like my mom was super savvy about it, but she always had vegetables in the refrigerator, but they were never prepared. So I never really wanted to grab them, right? What kid wants to pull out the whole carrots and peel them and cut them, right? But I really did want them in some ranch, which we always had in the fridge. And when my mom could, she would always cut us up carrots and celery and we would dip them in ranch. I mean, that was the gist of my family upbringing, right? And so when I got to college, I kind of had to start figuring it out on my own. Like, how am I supposed to eat well so I don't gain all this weight, and so that I actually have energy to go to class? Because in college, you're partying, you're staying up late studying, you're not eating the best foods because you're going to the cafeteria and getting late night foods like pizzas, or you're waking up and you're super on the go, so you're like grabbing a breakfast burrito or a breakfast sandwich from the food carts. You guys know what I'm talking about, So I'm doing this dual training. You're going to see me look up and look down here because I wanted to serve 2 of my followings, like my Facebook following and my private group that I'm now leading through a fitness program, which Kickstart Your Fitness. I know you ladies are feeling it. I know you're having fun. And a lot of the women in my fitness program are like, Anna, tell me a little bit about your nutrition, right? And I know that that's a big subject because it's frustrating. There's a lot of misinformation out there. And it was my goal as a trainer, as a fitness expert, to always be able to help people a little bit with nutrition. I always wanted to be able to at least give my recommendations and to give people some guidance. But early in my career, I didn't know enough. I didn't. And I didn't feel comfortable recommending anything to anyone. So I never really helped my clients with nutrition in the early years of my profession. And it really hurt their results because you guys all know, abs aren't made in the gym. They're made in the kitchen. It doesn't matter how much you exercise. It matters what you put in your body. That's really what's going to ultimately change your weight. It's going to change your metabolism. It's going to change your gut health and all the things I'm going to talk about today. Fitness does a ton for your body, but ultimately you can do a lot of fitness and eat really unhealthy, and only thing that's really going to change is strength and conditioning, right? And that's great. Some people are like, I don't care. I don't care. I like my body just the way it is. I like my shape. I like my energy. I like my, I like the way I feel in my clothes. I feel sexy. That's awesome. Maybe you don't need to change a freaking thing about your nutrition. And I'm not saying everybody does. I got to a point in my life as a fitness professional that I was a facade of fitness. I literally felt ashamed of how I was fueling myself. I could go to the gym all day and I was running. I've always been an athlete and I was like working really hard on my career. And I was running myself into the ground because guess what I was living on? Candy, caffeine, and then whatever I could find quickly to fuel myself. I was one of those working professionals that like wasn't taking care of herself. Can you relate? Are you finding yourself in a position right now where you're like, I'm just like trying to like do one thing to the next thing? I know a lot of moms talk to me about this and they're like, Anna, I go from this to that to this to that and I don't have much time for myself, so I'm not cooking for myself. I'm grabbing what's convenient all the time. I'm snacking on kid snacks. And you know, how do you find time, right? Well, for me, it was the same. I literally was at the point where I was borderline rock bottom in my energy. I was hitting a wall and it was like creating a level of depression. I would find myself not wanting to get up on certain days. I'm a trainer. I get up at 5 a.m. to go teach classes and then train clients all day and, you know, manage a team of trainers that I need to put on the calendar for a studio. Like back in the day, I had like 4 jobs. I was even hosting Pop Sugar Fitness, my friends. And I was trying to get roles with other companies to get, you know, a shot on The Biggest Loser or get the next, you know, whatever big role that I could, because I was always looking for that next level of success. Meanwhile, I didn't want to get out of bed some days. My energy was so bad. And I was one of those people that was like, I'm not into shakes. I'm not into supplements. I believe that I can live a healthy life just eating real food. But there came this time in my life when there was a big change. I got a call from Beachbody. Beachbody's a big company, fitness, nutrition, right? It's a network marketing company as well. And they said, Anna, we want to interview you for this next super trainer role. You guys, this was my dream. I had always wanted to be a super trainer for Beachbody. It was in my journal since 2007. And here I was, 2011, and I was getting a call from Beachbody. I went to their headquarters. I interviewed for the position. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be game changing for my career. And they sent me home with all their programs, all their products. It was like Shakeology, The Ultimate Reset, all their DVD programs, all their performance lines, their bars, everything. And I wanted the role so bad. I was like, I gotta try all this stuff. I gotta know what their products are about. So I like pushed all my previous notions about like not liking shakes, not liking bars, not wanting to drink protein, not wanting to drink my meals, not wanting to supplement anything, all because I had this stigma against stuff like that. And now that I had this opportunity to work with Beachbody, I was like, oh my God, I gotta try all their stuff. So I just did. And you guys, my body was like in shock. Literally, I was like at rock bottom with my energy and I felt depressed most days because I was living on sugar and caffeine, and if I didn't have it, I didn't have the motivation, I didn't have the drive, I didn't really want to do much. I was then like wanting to drink more alcohol at the end of the night because I like felt like that would be a good idea. Yeah, that was really good idea, Anna. So I was on this roller coaster of up and down, sugars and then no sugars. It was like alcohol and then caffeine. I was on this dance of stimulants, but they weren't healthy stimulants. Can you relate? I don't know if any of you guys out there have been through this in your life, but that was me. And I was a facade of fitness because I looked healthy, but inside, I was a disaster. I was not healthy. And I was not taking care of myself. And so I tried something new. 2 things change your life. Something new comes out of you, or something new comes into your life. 2 things. And so I gave it a shot, right? And today I'm going to talk about some of the changes I made in my own diet. I'm not saying you guys have to do Beachbody products. I'm not saying you got to do exactly what I do. I'm telling you, this is what started to change my thinking. I'm telling you my personal, honest to God story so that you can understand why I went on a journey to understand better nutrition on a real level. And it started when my body had a complete transformation from just adding some stuff that I'm going to talk about, foods that got me interested in knowing more. I was like, wait, I've been living without this. I've been suffering. Now I'm adding this and I feel amazing. What is this? Why is it making me feel so good? What is it about these foods? I want to know more about nutrition. I want to know more about gut health. Because the first thing that I did was a cleanse. And that, my friends, changes your entire body from the inside out. A real cleanse, a good cleanse. I'm going to talk about that because it all comes down to this. I didn't know anything about gut health. So if you're asking me today about nutrition, and I'm going to tell you about nutrition, but guess what nutrition actually is? It's gut health. If you eat for gut health, you will be the healthiest human being that you can be. That's where it all comes from, inside the gut. That's right. It's like your third brain or second brain. Sorry, you don't have two brains and then your gut. You have your gut. It's your second brain. Okay, sorry. I haven't had any coffee since this morning, I swear. So here's the thing. This is my big, big battle of the bulge beginning. This is my battle of the bulge story. And it all starts with gut health. Gut health is going to change your life if you really get your mind around it. You stop thinking about food as like calorie intake. Screw that, okay? Don't think about calorie intake anymore. I don't want you to think about it anymore. Just like let it go. I mean, if you've been, okay, I'm gonna talk about mistakes people make. But if you still think calorie intake is your freaking friend, you're wrong. If you're following a diet that's like slash your calories because you should only have this, get rid of it. You gotta worry only about your gut health. That means eating foods that improve your digestion and your elimination. I'll talk more about that. It means eating foods that allow you to feel more energized because you're actually getting more nutrients from the food that you eat. With unhealthy guts, guys, you don't actually get the nutrients from your food. Can you believe that? Yeah, it's true. Do the research. I've been doing it for the last 6 years. So if your gut is unhealthy, you can eat the healthiest food you freaking want in that meal. Ooh, I had the healthiest week ever, and I ate all these good foods. And you're thinking you're so amazing. Guess what? Your body probably didn't get half of those great, amazing nutrients if your gut wasn't healthy to begin with, which most people, it's not. I can tell you that from the get-go. If you're struggling with fat loss, if you've had a bulge in your belly that you just can't budge, right? I had it. I was a trainer and I had it. It was like my mini bulge friend. And I remember dating a guy who I will never forget what he said to me. He was a nutritionist. And he said to me, you know, you can get rid of that like little belly that you have. This was like first date, okay? Like when we were making out. I was young then, okay? You made out on the first date. But guys, he looked at my belly and he was like, you can get rid of that, you know? It's just a little bit of different like foods. I was mortified. This was before I had ever tried anything like nutrition-wise, ever been to a nutritionist. But I was like, what the? But guys, he was right. You can get rid of your bulge. You can get rid of excess fat. It all starts with gut health. So it's eating foods that make you feel energized, that give you that energy, that allow you to get nutrients from your food, and eliminate that belly bloat, ultimately. Because the acidity and things that are in your gut cause that bloating. And that's the reason I'm diving in deep on this topic with you guys, because I want to change your thinking, all right? I'm not selling you stuff. I'm selling you on this idea that if you improve your gut health, it will change your life. I don't care how you go about doing it. You can try my methods. You can try your own methods. But I want you today to decide that you will get in the best gut health of your life. Will you do it? Will you do it? Like, that's the only question you got to ask yourself right now. If you say yes, keep listening. If you say no, you're full of shit, Anna, then say bye. Don't watch this video anymore. Just peace out. Save your time. Go do your thing. Go eat your candy. Go have your ice cream. Go do whatever you do, because this isn't for you. But I'm telling you right now, the 3 biggest mistakes that people make is that they focus on cutting calories. If they want to lose weight and they want to lose fat, they're like, oh, got to get rid of calories, versus increasing the quality of their food to improve gut health. You see the difference? They don't know what their gut looks like because they've never taken the time. They've never taken the time to evaluate, how much do I eat? How good do I feel after I eat? How often am I bloated after foods? What kind of foods am I eating? Do I eat any fermented foods? You guys, if you got into this training, I hope you downloaded my gut health grocery list. It's going to give you a ton of great foods so that you can improve gut health. The other thing that people do that's a huge mistake is they do these cleanses and these little gimmicky like supplements that are going to maybe help them for like a little short period of time, but then they just go back to old habits. So you think like, oh, I'm going to do this juice cleanse, or I'm going to do this cleanse, or I'm going to do this refresh. And then you just go back to the way that you were. Like what is that doing for you? Nothing. It's a waste of your freaking time and money. If you don't learn daily practices to change your gut health, why waste your time on any of that other stuff? You're going to go back to just feeling the same way. You're going to gain that weight right back. Especially if it's an extreme thing. Like I've done the master cleanse, you guys. Not good. Not good stuff. Terrible. Terrible for your body, right? So as we get into this, I want you to know that the reason that you're always hungry, that you never truly feel satisfied, and you always want to keep eating the salty and the sugary foods is because your gut health is not on track. Right? The reason that you're feeling bloated and that you don't have a good feeling in your stomach is because you have food byproducts in your colon from not eliminating properly. So there's all this excess acidity in your stomach and in your gut, in your intestines. And if you have an unhealthy gut, you're going to have excess inflammation in your body. So you might be retaining like excess water and acidity from inflammation just from the byproducts and the toxicity in your gut. So that feels really terrible. That drains your energy, makes you feel tired all the time, and makes you more prone to illness. So if you're going into the holidays right now and you're like, I don't want to get a cold every month, I want to avoid getting sick, start to focus on your gut health. So I'm going to keep harping on it. Because I'm here to tell you today, my high performance nutrition plan is all based on keeping the healthiest gut that I can throughout the year. That's my plan. And if that is the goal, then the things that I do are all around that. Does that make sense? All right. So as you're listening to this, I want you guys to just start thinking about how much focus that you put on gut health. How aware you are of the foods you eat and how they affect your gut. How much focus do you put on the nutrient value of foods versus the quantity of foods? These are questions that you've got to get down pat, because if you do, it'll change your entire life. It'll change how quickly you can lose weight. It'll change the bloated feeling. It'll change the bulge. You'll be like winning that battle of the bulge all freaking day long. And that has been what has saved my life, literally. As a fitness professional since 2012, when I was introduced to some things that made my gut health better, I realized, holy crap, stuff works when you are doing it for the right reasons. And it's not just about supplements. It's about what it is that you're putting in your body. It's about the ingredients of what you're putting inside your body. And then it's, how do I work this into my lifestyle? Like, how do I have a life? I love wine, I love beer, I love burgers, I love pizza, I love ice cream, I love all these things. And I'm not going to eliminate them forever because I'm a human being, right? And I like to have fun, and I like to go to Italy and have gelato. I mean, there's certain times of my life that I'm just going to have certain foods. But you got to know one thing, that occasional is okay. It's what you do consistently that truly matters. You know, so many people get caught up on perfection. They're like, oh, I did this diet, but I just totally ruined the diet because I ate that pizza last night. So now it's over. I give up. You know, that's silly. That is silly beans, right? So I want you to remember that it's not about being perfect, but it's about creating a healthy culture bacterial-wise, inside your belly, inside the gut, inside your colon. It's huge, you guys. Now, I'm going to tell you my steps, all right? And this kind of goes through a daily routine that I focus on, a monthly routine I focus on, a quarterly routine, so like every 90 days within a certain period of the quarter, like I'm like summer, spring, fall, and winter, I make sure I do this. And then yearly. I have a yearly routine that I practice as well. Now, I want you to write down right now, what do you do as your healthiest practices daily for gut health? Write it down, just a little jot, all right? Daily. Gut health practices that you practice daily. Daily. Okay, I'm going to give you mine. Give me yours first. Write those down. I mean, you don't have to tell me, but just write it down. Then, what do you do monthly as a routine to improve gut health? To really fire it up. I'm talking about Battle of the Bulge right now. And that battle begins when we get clean from the inside. Okay? I mean, there's no diet in this world that will change your body than the gut health diet. And I'm giving you the lowdown right now. I'm giving you the recipe. And then quarterly, what do you do every season that stimulates gut health, that improves your gut health, that makes you feel amazing, cleans out your, all the crap that you sometimes get into during the holidays and all that stuff? Write that down. What do you do quarterly? And then what do you do yearly? Like a cleanse. That's what I do, right? You got to get into routines throughout the year, daily, monthly, quarterly, yearly. You can do this. This isn't hard. This isn't hard. And once you know what you want to do, done. Game changer. Your life. You're no longer stressed. You're no longer looking for people to make it better. You're no longer looking for people to cure you. You're no longer feeling frustrated that you don't know what to do or what to eat or how to lose the excess fat. You're like, I got you, sister. I know exactly what you need. I'm just giving it to you real. I am giving it to you guys so real right now because I want you to be in control. I want you to make the decisions. I teach this in my Never Diet Again program. I literally help you gain the control back in your life where you're like, got it. I'm not relying on anybody else to tell me what to do or how to feel or how I'm going to lose the weight or how I'm going to feel healthy and energized again. Nuh-uh. It's all within your control. You just got to take it back, sister. All right? Deal? Deal? Up there? Down here? Okay? I'm just dual live in it right now, which is so fun. But I feel like I love making eye contact with you guys. So I apologize if my eyes veer away, but I want to make sure that I'm serving two communities that I care deeply about. That is people that are in my new fitness program, Kickstart Your Fitness, and people that have been following me for years in my private Facebook group. I know there's a couple thousand of you guys in that community that are struggling with nutrition right now. And I really want you to take a hold of this information. Listen to it, absorb it, and then use it. Because if you're listening today and then you're like, I'm not doing anything about this. Sure, great ideas, Anna, but I'm too lazy. Or I'm not going to think about this or whatever. That's just your fault. So don't go to the next thing. Don't go to the next diet. Don't read the next blog. Don't do the thing. Because I'm telling you right now here what works. Okay? All right? Deal? All right. So what do I do daily? And I'm going to keep this super simple so you remember it. Okay? Daily, I think about keeping it fresh. What's fresh, right? Fresh. It's like, it's not packaged. It's not processed. It's fresh. Like, majority of my daily foods consist of fresh vegetables. And frozen is fresh, people. It's just frozen. So it has the same nutrient value, okay? So it's just not canned. It hasn't been processed. It hasn't been stored forever. It's just like different, okay? Fresh. Vegetables, fruits, beans, nuts, seeds, healthy fats. Those are fresh ingredients, right? And the reason that those in particular are the healthiest foods for you is because it creates the healthiest gut bacteria. Those foods particular, okay? If you've ever read Super Life by Darren O'Lean, this guy's a genius. I love him so much. He helped actually create Shakeology, which Beachbody promotes highly as their superfood blend, which I've been drinking for the past 7 years. He's amazing. He wrote a book called the 5 powers. I think I have it. It's like the 5 superpowers of the world or whatever, of your life. And it's all about different things that you should do to live your healthiest life. So keeping yourself on this mental focus of like, I got to eat real foods. I just got to eat real, fresh foods majority of my day, right? Not packaged, not processed, not pasteurized. Pasteurized is not the word. Sorry, you want to pasteurize your dairy. Otherwise, that stuff might make you sick. But, you want things that are fresh. Now, listen, I don't recommend that you eliminate dairy, that you eliminate meats and fish and stuff like that. Those proteins are important. But listen, the majority of people don't need them every day. You don't. Like, if you have meat and chicken 1 to 2 days a week and then fish 1 to 2 days a week, then you've got 3 to 4 days of just plant-based foods. And this is for people that want to lose weight. This is for people that want to improve gut health. And I'm going to tell you more about how I continue to keep myself on track with this. Because if you're eating a lot of meats and dairy, and even healthy grains, healthy grains are really good for you. But you don't have to eat them every meal, right? Not every meal. Some people think, I gotta have my meat, my potatoes, my veggies, whatever. No, you don't. Healthy fats, nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables, so good for your gut bacteria. It's gonna rebuild that flora, all right? And you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna keep a minimum down with that meat, with that chicken, with that fish, and with that dairy. If you can do that on a daily basis, boom, you guys are golden. The other thing I do daily is I sip on superfoods. I literally have 1 meal a day that is just my superfood shake. That's Shakeology. I have it every day. Every day. And there's a lot of people ask me, well, I don't want Shakeology, or I can't get Shakeology, or I don't, want to buy it or whatever. Then make your own, whatever, right? For me, I don't have fucking time for that. I got to buy my superfoods because I don't have time to get them myself. Some of my favorite superfoods: acai, spirulina, aloe, ashwagandha, cocoa, camu, goji, moringa, and sachi inchi. Those are all in Shakeology. So go buy them and blend it up and try to make it taste good. A lot of people do it. They have time for that stuff. I personally don't. I want it delivered to my door. I want to put it in a blender with some almond milk and avocado, maybe a half a banana, and I want to enjoy it. And I do it daily, and it's easy. Boom. But by giving yourself superfoods every day, you not only increase the nutrient value you give your body every day, which eating your regular diet, you're not going to get. You just aren't. You are not getting the nutrient value you really actually need from just your foods. I guarantee it. You could eat the healthiest freaking day, but you couldn't do it every day. I just know it. I know it's true. I know it's reality. I hate to say it because I wish that we all had the time to be that nutrition guru that has her nutrition business, that gives you her ideal meal plan and says, you should eat all these foods every day. And you're like, yeah, I can do that for like 3 days and then I'm done. It's just not reality. Let's be real. What can you do every day that you can actually sustain? You got to find that resource. Some people can buy all the superfoods and blend them up and give themselves that nutrient-dense shake every day, and they got time and they got energy and they've got the finances to go do that. Awesome, kill it. But you should try to add superfoods to your meal plan every day. It improves gut health. It improves the nutrient value of your diet. And when you do that, your metabolism goes through the roof. That's when people have these life transformations where they're like, oh my God, I'm losing weight. Oh my God, I'm losing the belly fat. I'm losing the bloat. Oh my gosh, I'm not craving sugar anymore. These are real testimonials from my clients. Over the years, it's astounding how people's lives are changing because they're focusing on gut health. They're focusing on foods like these fruits, veggies, beans, nuts, seeds, healthy fats, and minimizing the foods that are harder for their gut to digest, like meats, chickens, fish, and heavy grains. They're just minimizing them. They're not eliminating them. They're trying to lose weight, and they need to give their gut a break. right? So this is what I'm telling you right now. If you're on that journey, then you've got to make a few changes. And then if you add superfoods to your freaking meal plan every day, your metabolism is like, what's happening to me? I feel like I'm cloud 9. Oh my God, this is incredible. I got more energy than I've ever had. I want to do more workouts and I can go longer and I can go harder. That's what I'm talking about. Boom. Sister, you'll crush it. Okay? So think about that and keep it real. Keep it real. Okay, the third thing I do, and this is my monthly routine, is I do what I call a 7-day fat furnace. All right, and this is, to me, it's like my check in balance. Because I can let myself get a little bit crazy. I can eat a little bit too much meat, and I can have a little too much cheese and crackers, and I can have a little too much wine. I can do a little too much partying. So a week out of every month, I do my fat furnace, which means I go straight back to eliminating actually all meats, chicken, fish, and dairy, and eggs, and I eat totally vegan for the whole week because it's good for your gut. It's good for your gut. I eliminate alcohol. I eliminate processed sugars. I don't eat any crap. I'm just like, boom, it's a clean week. Boom. And you can do it. You can do it. You can do a week. And it makes you feel amazing. And it improves your gut health tremendously, like a 10x. And imagine you're doing it 12 months a year. Enough said. Honestly, if you just do those first 3 things, you're good. You're good. Your body will be like transformed from that alone. Okay? But I'm going to give you my last 2 because I think they're huge to getting to the next level. Because I'm talking high performance here. I'm not just talking mediocrity. I'm not talking I'm going to lose 5 pounds. I'm talking you're going to be in the best damn health of your life. Okay? Because that's what I want to be in. That's how I have this energy with a freaking 1-year-old, running a business, trying to take care of my freaking crazy husband. We run business retreats. Girl's got to be on her A game. And I can't do it on mediocre, right? I got to live that high performance life. So if you stick with those first 3, you're living pretty freaking good, right? If you want to live in excellence, then think about adding these next 2 types of behaviors to your yearly plan, because this is high performance here, right? So every season, I do what's called a 3-day refresh, all right? It's like a 3-day mini health, mini like little cleanse for your gut. So it is a Beachbody program. They came out with it like 5 years ago, and I fell in love because I really didn't like doing the yearly cleanse more than once. I think a yearly cleanse is plenty. That's the 5th thing I do. It is so great to do like a little 3-day boost for my gut health in every season because I just feel like it gives me extra. Because what you're giving your gut is extra fiber, which it loves. Healthy bacteria in your gut eats up fiber like freaking crazy. It's like crack for your bacteria, your healthy bacteria. The unhealthy bacteria doesn't like it so much. So they kind of fizzle back and they kind of like die, right? That's what you want. But when you feed it processed sugars and oils and fats and processed foods and junky stuff, your unhealthy bacteria is like, and your healthy bacteria gets shut down. Okay, so I'm just trying to like make this really fun because if you have to explain it to your kids why they're eating their vegetables, maybe you can make it more fun for them. But if I do this, I give my gut more fiber, right? And so my healthy bacteria is like, boom, 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 I love you. I keep my diet super clean with just fruits, vegetables. It's mostly just a protein shake that I have and nuts and healthy fats for 3 days. It's super easy. I just did it last season and I'm going to do it again after Halloween, right? It's something that after Thanksgiving. I already did it this last season. So I'm going to wait until, after, and then I'll do it again in the new year after my cleanse. You see how I map my stuff out? Because I know, I'm like, your body's going to need this, Anna, because you're going to be drinking, you're going to be eating sweets and sugars. Your gut's going to need that refresh. So you have to think about, okay, what is a little like 3-day, like little boost I can give my gut that is going to allow me to clean it up, right? Give myself extra. This isn't like the 7-day fat furnace because in the 7-day fat furnace, I'm still eating pretty normal. I'm eating pretty much like healthy, like grains. I'm eating, you know, I'm not like taking just protein shakes. I'm actually eating food and stuff like that. But with the 3-day refresh, it's like 3 days of like vegetables, like fruit, protein shake, fiber, blah, blah, blah. It's not awesome. I can tell you the truth, it's boring as shit. But it's so healthy and so good for me. So do stuff like that for you. That's the sacrifices we make, right? To live at that high performance level. And then the last thing I do is my yearly cleanse. All right, the ultimate reset, I've been doing it for the last 4 years, except when I was pregnant last year with Luca, because if you're pregnant, don't do a cleanse. All right, just don't do it. Just keep your, no, okay? Keep your body for your baby, right? You gotta eat lots of good food, a well-balanced diet, keep that iron, you know, get those meats, get that chicken, get that fish, get everything. Eat it up, love it, right? And so it's important for you guys to think about these things and how you can start implementing it into your life, right? And I'm not telling you got to do exactly what I do. I'm telling you that you need to be giving yourself these boosts of gut health, refreshes, cleanses, daily superfoods, eating fresh every day. These are the things that are going to help you live your best life, most energetic life. Your gut health is healthier, so you're absorbing more of the nutrients from your food now. You're getting so much for the metabolism that way. You guys are going to feel like everything is just gravy after that. You get into a routine. At first it feels like, God, you know, this is like going to take some adjustments. So what? So doesn't everything. Anything worth it takes effort. You're going to have to make an effort somewhere in your life if you want to see change. And hey, listen, I'll be completely honest with you as we wrap this up. There are times in the year when I'm not my healthiest. You know, when I was pregnant with Luca, I ate whatever I wanted. The only thing that I kept consistent with was my superfoods. I had them every day. You know, I had Shakeology every day, and I felt great. I felt good. I was eating everything. My gut didn't feel bloated. I mean, I felt crampy and like gross, but like, you know, when you're pregnant, that's how you feel. But after the baby, I didn't do a refresh. I didn't do a cleanse. I kept drinking my superfoods. I ate pretty much whatever I wanted, and I drank wine. I was so ready to have the wine back, and I wasn't at my healthiest. Like, I was just kind of eating like, you know, here and there, whatever I felt like. I'd have desserts, and I would just kind of went overboard, and I wasn't really focused. And there's going to be times in your life when you're not focused either, like when you're pregnant, or when there's a loss in the family, or when trauma happens, or when, you know, when you just feel like you need to nourish yourself differently. Like, I'm not judging anyone, right? And I know that there's times in our lives when we're not just going to be at our best, but you want to make sure that the majority of the year you are, you know, you get back to what you know is really good for you. And, you know, if you're not, it's nobody's decision but your own. I take full responsibility for the fact that I have a, you know, a bulge right now, right? And everyone's like, oh, but you had a baby. That's bullshit. It's not from the baby. I actually had a thinner stomach after getting back into shape after Luca was born because I was focused. I was working on my health. I was paying attention to what I was eating. I wasn't just drinking wine whenever I felt like it. I was getting myself healthy, and I was focused on that. Right? I wanted energy back. I wanted to lose the weight. And so I did. But now I have a bulge. And guess what? It's my own fault. And I have to own it. You have to own it. You know, I think that the more we take personal responsibility for our health, for our weight fluctuating, for our strength and conditioning, if we take more personal, you know, responsibility for these things, then guess what else we get to take? Control. Because the moment we stop blaming or making excuses or going here with it and this and that, it's like, no, actually, it's me. It's my decision. It's the choices I've been making in my life that's resulted in what I have. It goes with everything. So I'll be completely honest with you, you know, I'm not perfect. I don't abide by this like a T all the time. There are some months I don't do my 7-day fat furnace, and I feel it. And I definitely feel it, right? Because sometimes I'm like, what weekend can I not drink wine? But that's the reality of my life sometimes. I'm like, business retreats and things like that. I got to be really focused on planning. But it's my choice, you know? And I'm going to own how I feel, how I look, what my goals and expectations are of myself. I need to be behaving in a way that are aligned with those goals and behaviors. So you have to ask yourself that question right now. Am I owning this? I know what's good for me. I know I need to have a healthy gut. I know I should be doing things for my body that I'm not. I know I'm making choices that are probably not the best for the goals I have set for myself. So what? So what now? After you stop blaming the kids, after you stop blaming the job, after you stop blaming the money, after you stop blaming the time, it comes down to you. And we got to own it. Come on, girl. You know you can. You can own it. And it's okay to say, I'm not perfect. You know, can't do it right all the time. I don't have the time all the time. I don't have the money all the time. I don't have this and that, whatever. It's okay. But own that. And when you're ready, you take control. You step right back up and you say, I know what I need to do, and I'm ready to do it. And then you won't complain. Because complaining is something that people do who have absolutely no control. And they have no personal responsibility for their own actions. Right? They're not taking control and they're not taking ownership. And that's just truth. So, this talk was about nutrition. And sometimes it comes down to mindset. I said in the beginning, I want to change your thinking about food. You don't need the fancy gimmicks. You don't need the fancy diet. You don't need all the fancy stuff and the fad stuff out there. You got to improve your gut health. You got to find the measures of doing that. Obviously, I've told you mine. It's working for me. What will work for you, right? Get to the bottom of that. You could be your own researcher. Go out there, scope out the options. I have personally found what works best for me, right? So if you guys want to get on a 30-minute consultation call, tell me where you're at, tell me how you're feeling, tell me what's going on with you. Give me an idea of what your body is in need of and where you're falling short. And I will absolutely guide you. We'll create a step-by-step plan together. What's that yearly plan need to look like for you? I would be more than happy to help you guys. So let me know. Put a comment down below. Let me know if that works for you guys and you want to jump on a call with me. Take my advice here. And I will follow up with you on more about all these little systems that I do throughout the year if you want to join me while I do them. Because, hey, you're always welcome to join me. I'm always running these programs with my clients because they need accountability and maybe you need accountability. So I hope this has served you well. I hope this is giving you a ton of advice. If you guys didn't get my gut health grocery list, just opt in to the link that I put in the comments here and up there in the group. You can get my gut health grocery list, which then you can get a follow-up sequence of me giving you more and more insight on the gut health education that I've given you in this live video. But I find that many people learn things better when they read, so they can absorb it differently instead of just hearing it. And then if you wanted to get on a call with me, some people do better when they talk and they get to get feedback and they get to get that personalized attention. So you let me know what works best for you. My dream is that everybody, every woman, man, and child lives a healthy, disease-free life. And when we eat well and our body is actually healthy, unlike me, the facade of fitness back when I was a young trainer, living on caffeine and sugar and wine, that's not health. I was going down the path of maybe cancer, maybe insulin, maybe diabetes, right? I was going down a really bad path, maybe depression. Nutrition leads to a lot of illness, a lot of sickness and disease, you guys, and you can avoid it by just focusing on healing yourself from within, all right? And this whole training was to help educate you on how to do that. and it starts with gut health. So get after it, all right? I hope to hear from you guys all soon. Thanks for checking in.